Welcome to Creativity Club, the club for expressing your dreams. The most important objective of Creativity Club is to think like an artist. What does that mean? Thinking like an artist means thinking outside the box, using your imagination, being creative, dreaming big, expressing your dreams and vision through your art, seeing your vision come to life, and more. The first project in Creativity Club is hybrid animals. To make a hybrid animal, you take animal 1 and animal 2 and you add them together, and that equals your hybrid animal. The objective of this project is to use your imagination and think outside the box. The hybrid animal project steps are as follows. Hybrid animal project step 1, sketch in this format. Animal 1 plus animal 2 equals your hybrid animal. The first thing you want to do is find the two animals you'll use. Pick two animals that are completely different in all ways. For example, a squirrel and a chipmunk is not going to be a very interesting hybrid. But a squirrel and an ostrich, that will be. An eagle and a hawk, for example, won't be very interesting. But an eagle and an elephant will be. An example of step 1 would be a tiger plus a butterfly. And you could call it something like a tigerfly. The name can be anything though. It doesn't need to be a combination of the animals' names. The next thing I need you to do at home is print a picture of each animal that you're going to use for your hybrid. And it's helpful to have a drawing. So you would use Google Images. For example, if I was going to print a picture of an ostrich, I'd also search the words ostrich drawing and just find one that I like. It's helpful if both animals are in the same position and facing the same direction. So you should have, for reference, 4 pictures, 2 pictures of each animal, and one of them is a drawing of that animal. Okay? For all the work we do in Creativity Club, I just ask you to do the best you can. Include as much detail as possible and shading when appropriate. The next thing you'll do is use your imagination and reference that reference you printed to combine those two animals. Don't just take the head of one animal and put it on the body of the next animal. Combine every aspect of the animals you can think of to arrive at a new creature that only you would come up with. The way you would combine these two animals is going to be very different from the way somebody else would combine the same two animals. Think all the way down to the texture and minutia of the animals, the tiniest details. Hybrid Animal Project Step 2. You're going to write a story about your hybrid animal. Have fun telling a story about it. Answer questions such as, who is your hybrid? Where does it live? What do you call it? What do you call a group of them? How does it survive? What are its interests? Does it have any special traits, talents, or skills? What are its predator and its prey? Does it migrate? The goal is to have fun telling this story, and you can approach it any way you want. You can write it in a narrative style, or you can imagine you got a phone call from National Geographic and they asked you to write a scientific article about your hybrid full of facts. Or maybe you got a phone call from Disney or Pixar and they asked you to write a screenplay about your hybrid. Or you can use a combination of both styles. This is creative writing. You're not writing to impress anyone except for yourself. Just have fun with it. The next step is the hybrid animal habitat. For this step, you want to be as creative with creating the habitat that your animal lives in as you were with inventing the animal itself. So just as that animal doesn't exist in the real world, your habitat can also be completely imaginary, and it should be. Somewhere in that habitat, you want to include a key of 5 fun facts, and those could be taken from your story that you wrote. So the first part of the habitat is to sketch it on construction paper, I would suggest. Then you're going to paint it. And then after that, you should outline it, or at least go over the fun facts with black ink, and that'll make it look really nice. At the top of that key of fun facts, you should have the name of your hybrid and then what it's a combination of. The final step in making your hybrid animal is to sculpt it in clay. And you should also include a base, which would be the habitat where your animal lives. After each session, when you're done working on that clay project, you want to wrap it in plastic wrap so it doesn't dry out. And then the next time you come back to it, you're ready to go. When we finally finish the hybrid with all that detail and minutia and texture, you'll leave it out to dry. And then when it's finally dry, we'll paint it and you've got your clay hybrid animal.